Hello, good evening and welcome to JoyNews Prime with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Coming up, calls for a female running mate to partner Dr Mahamudu Bawumia intensifies. We will hear from traders at the Kejetia market in the Ashanti region. Also in this bulletin, arbitration fast becoming the most preferred option for dispute resolution in the commercial space. We have some answers from the law. Also in this bulletin, tension in the Middle East puts the world on high alert following Iranian attack on Israel Saturday night. We are live on DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 125. Please do stay on for details. I am Pius Kojo Baka. We can now take a look at our stories. Calls for a female running mate for Dr Mahamudu Bawumia have intensified as identifiable groups at the Kejetia market in the Ashanti region add their voice for the request. To them, the call that was earlier made by their colleagues at the racecourse market is justified, hence their involvement. At a press conference, they noted that it's about time the new patriotic party improved their strategies towards the agenda to break the eight. Nana Yaojima has more in the following reports.
The identifiable groups at the Kejetia market were instrumental in campaigning for the NPP flag bearer during the party's presidential primary. To them, their interactions with their customers have revealed readiness of the electorate for a female running mate for the NPP. Though they refused to name their choice, they outlined some qualities of their preferred individual.
We've done the religious part of it. We've done the tribal part of it. Now we should consider the gender part of it. A female from Ashanti region will be the best option for the party. That's why we are pleading with the executives of the club, our chiefs, our former president, the current president, they should all come to a conclusion and choose a female from Ashanti region for us to be the running mate.
We want a female running mate from the Ashanti region. We want someone to champion the interests of women in the region. Women make and keep the home, so we need their input. If a woman partners Dr. Bawumia, it will improve his chances.
Meanwhile, some members of the NPP in the Ashanti region have joined calls for a female from the region to partner the vice president. Irene Osereko speaks for the group.
It is our prayer, and we are hoping that a woman should be the running mate for the party. As mothers, a woman plays an important role in marriage and the nation as well. We are pleading the stakeholders, for the president as well, and then Dr. Bawumia to consider woman to be the running mate for the party.
In today's business landscape, the advice to waive litigation and instead opt for arbitration in resolving disputes is gaining traction. That's according to law lecturer at the Ghana School of Law and the lead consultant for the Robert Smith Law Group, Bobby Banson. Mr. Banson explains that the advantages go beyond saving costs and time, as it also provides a forum where parties can address their grievances effectively and efficiently with less contention compared to traditional court proceedings. He believes it is almost always a win-win for both parties.
There's always a winner, there's always a loser. In arbitration, that hardly happens. As much as possible, the panel will ensure that people's interests, instead of positions, are advanced. That is one. So that you maintain the business relationship between the parties and there's a resolution as to the issues.
Right.
Two, deals with the speed. So that once it is arbitration, you're able to determine the timelines within which you resolve the dispute.
Right.
So that you can decide to say, this one within 3 weeks, we should be done and done with. And every party is bound by a judgment. In fact, for lack of a better word, I dare say better than a court judgment. The reason being that with a court judgment, if it's a high court, or assuming it's a district court, you have a right of appeal to the Supreme Court. But when it comes to arbitration, there's no right of appeal against the award, but you can challenge the award on very, very limited grounds under Section 58 and 52, I believe, whether it's domestic or international.
The Ghana School of Law lecturer also highlights another crucial advantage arbitration offers, which is confidentiality and the flexibility it offers the disputing sides.
It is one thing that really encourages arbitration, because with court, your matter is out there. Any person can walk to the courtroom to listen to your case. But with arbitration, you decide who sits in the course of the proceedings. And so even the award is not published except with the consent of the parties. So if I start arbitration with something, nobody else will know that I have an arbitration with something. But if I have a court case with something, anybody can go to the registry and do a search. Is there a case involving Samson Ladi? Can I get copies of all the processes that is filed? RTI bail will entitle the person to get it. But with arbitration, no. You cannot,
private. You
cannot publish anything relating to the arbitration, even the final award, unless with the consent of all the parties. So that confidentiality is very, I know a lot of multinational companies, let me say, without mentioning names, those that engage in exclusive distributorship agreements, they always insist on arbitration. Because if they have a distributorship agreement with you and they terminate it, especially in the telecom sector, they terminate it, and then tomorrow they give it to somebody else and you commence arbitration, that person will not know the nature of the award that was delivered. So that they cannot use it as judicial precedent. To come and say, when you did this, you awarded this, so let me, and a lot of businessmen are in favor of that confidentiality provision.
In some other news, Asantehene Otumfuo to the second is requesting the Rotary International Club in Ghana to remain poised in charting a good course to foster environmental sustainability for the country. Otumfuo prevailed on the group to complement efforts by the government in instituting social interventions aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals to empower the youth and improve the lives of Ghanaians. He spoke at the first district conference of the Rotary International District 9104 held in the Ashanti region.
The first district conference of the Rotary International District 9104 brought together national leadership and members of the club from across the country. The event was to celebrate the achievements of the club in the preceding year and set out plans for the new year. Speaking at the event, the Asantehene Otumfuo to the second commended the club for their enormous efforts in fueling change in the country through the Sustainable Development Goals. He particularly highlighted the club's role in improving the educational, agricultural and other sectors of the country's economy.
Rotary's focus on providing sustainable water solutions and improving sanitation has transformed many lives. It links health directly to access to clean water, thus significantly uplifting community well-being and reducing waterborne illness. In the field of education, Rotary's efforts to construct schools, award scholarships, and support literacy have opened the vast horizons of hope and opportunity for Ghanaian youth. This investment is pivotal, empowering our future leaders to dream and achieve on a grander scale.
The Asantehene, however, charged the club to refocus their efforts to enhancing sanitation and committing to avenues for youth empowerment, while calling for collaboration between the group, governments and civil organizations.
Focusing on youth leadership and entrepreneurship promises to unlock the immense potential of Ghana's vibrant youth, driving innovation and progress. Addressing health challenges beyond polio, including malaria, HIV/AIDS, and new emerging health concerns remains imperative. Rotary's continued efforts are essential in building robust healthcare systems accessible to all. Collaborative efforts are vital to surmounting our complex challenges. Rotary can magnify its impact by forging stronger bonds with governments, the private sector and civil society, achieving sustainable and impactful outcomes.
District Governor of Rotary International District 9104, David Oseamankwa Jr., reaffirmed the club's commitment to improve the social and economic status of Ghanaians.
Service above self. We are giving to humanity everything or as much as we can give in our little way. I said before that we are ordinary people doing extraordinary things. We provide a network of resources and we provide it to the community, assess their needs and we provide it to them. So we give micro loans to small groups and we track how they are doing and we support them. In addition, we give them all sorts of literacy skills. It's a form of economic empowerment to support them in the work that they do.
The Rotary International District 9104 is working to inject more youth into its membership as it works to charter more clubs to the existing ones. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
Pay cocoa farmers well to reduce environmental pollution from the Galamsey menace. Words of Nene Tete Akora, the first premier of Manya Krobo, as he criticizes the government for neglecting the significant environmental pollution caused by illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey. He suggests that fair compensation for cocoa farmers would incentivize them to continue farming and thus decrease environmental degradation. His remarks were made at the inaugural Africa and Diaspora Development Initiatives on Environment and Climate Action in the Eastern region. My colleague Carlos Kaloni has more in the following reports.
Held under the theme Sustain Ecosystem Health, Pathway to a Green Future, the event organized by the African Millennium Heritage Foundation convened environmentalists, students, practitioners, and traditional leaders to discuss Africa's response to climate change. Dr. Lloyd Manotti of University of Environment and Sustainable Development in his keynote address emphasized the urgency of adopting eco-friendly practices to reduce pollution.
Pollutants, again, such as pesticides, weedicides, fungicides, damage nutrients and microorganisms in the soil that must sustain it. Dumping of toxic, non-degradable plastic waste, absorbents, and acrylic materials pollute the soil. Soil pollution harms humans through the food chain once again. One may ask, can we protect and sustain the natural environment? The simple answer is, yes, we can. If the fight for its sustenance is head-on, I must say it must be head-on. And the solutions to go. Sustainable agriculture. Sustainable agriculture. Yes, we must farm, but must do so sustainably by avoiding harmful practices and toxic substances that damage the natural environment. We must also practice organic farming and patronize organic products.
Founder and director of the African Millennium Heritage Foundation, Evelyn Bochwe, describes Ghana's current environmental pollution levels as alarming. She emphasizes the need for stringent policies to regulate chemical usage in the mining sector.
And when you look at the petroleum sectors, you look at what is happening today in Galamsey. For instance, it's heartbreaking. I had the opportunity to visit Takrady, and crossing the Pro River, I just cried. You know, the use of mercury and all that is really polluting. Our health system is not better. We need a better green future for our children. The specific steps we are hoping the government to take is to bring out policies that will actually help strategize the use of chemicals or mercury in, for instance, in the fight of Galamsey for our water bodies, because all the fishes in the seas gets back into us and it's killing us. So we're really hoping, especially for that sector, for them to work hard, bring policies that will strategize and streamlines how mining actions, you know, can be better, can be done better in a green way. I think when it comes to this mining sector, I think we're not doing much. We can do better. Laws are already there, so they need to enforce the law.
Nene Tete Akura the First, Divisional Chief of Manya Krobo, representing the corner of Manya Krobo traditional area, has said that the government lacks commitment to combat the Galamsey menace. He advocates for fair compensation to cocoa farmers to deter them from selling their farms to illegal miners, thereby mitigating environmental destruction.
The government is committed. I don't think so, because Galamsey is spoiling everything. Galamsey. Just look at our lands. Now, when you go to some of the villages, it's like because of money, now things are being like degrading the forest, cutting down trees. Cocoa, that is our backbone, is now going. If the cocoa board, the government will pay the farmers well, I think all these things will be done. When you take good care of them, I don't think they will sell their lands.
Participants also highlighted the impact of climate change and urged authorities to take proactive measures. For Joy News, Carlos Caloni, Bong, in the Eastern region.
You're still watching JoyNews Prime with me, Pius Kojo Baka. We've got more for you after this break. Hello, welcome back to JoyNews Prime. The newly elected president of the Nigerian community in Ghana, Bayo Asaulo Albert, is dedicated to fostering unity among Nigerians residing in the country. His focus lies on promoting adherence to the law and cultivating good citizenship among the community members. There's more in this report.
During the swearing-in ceremony of the newly appointed president of the all-Nigerian community in Ghana, who previously served as acting president for 2 years, he articulated his unwavering commitment to uniting Nigerians in Ghana. He emphasized the importance of unity in building a thriving community and expressed his determination to bridge any divide between Nigeria and Ghana for greater cohesion among residents.
I'm a pioneer member of ANC. I know what it takes to turn the narrative of ANC around in Ghana. And I know what my people lack and what they want. I know that by the grace of God, I'm going to unite all my people to be law-abiding and to be a good citizen in our host nation, Ghana. My first line of action is to unite my people. Without unity, no nation can progress.
In his concluding remarks, as he wraps up his term, Aliyu Usman Bakori, the Nigerian High Commissioner of Ghana, offers advice to the newly elected leaders of the all-Nigerian community. He stresses the importance of prioritizing harmony, maturity, and tolerance in the leadership approach. Bakori urges them to tackle the actions of a minority tarnishing the country's image, emphasizing that despite the challenges faced, not all Nigerians in Ghana are problematic.
President, members of the association, you have a lot to ask of you. Leadership is not free. Leadership requires tolerance, sacrifice, and it requires your own people to understand the dynamics of what comes in here. We have a lot of people that are here and we know they have nothing doing. So one of your aim now, try and see how you can harmonize the Nigerians, find way as you are relating with the host national authorities in different respects and lower the crimes of the Nigerians present here. Not every Nigerian here is a criminal. Not every Nigerian present in Ghana come in with dubious matter.
Stephanie Bempon's report, read to you.
And that's it for the bulletin. I am Pius Kojo Baka. For more stories, feel free to log on to myjoyonline.com. Do enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye-bye.